Sporting Journal Radio, presented by Onyx.
What's it like in Otter Tail Lakes country there right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, I just wrote a report. I do a fishing report for the county every couple weeks too, and interestingly, in the wintertime, my main focus is ice conditions, because I think that's what most folks are interested in, and it is a need to know. The ice is never safe. That's always the first thing I state, and the second thing I always state is that folks need to explore it on their own, and not, reporting is really, in my opinion, dangerous, because
right.
You take folks that are foreign to a fishery or a lake, like Otter Tail Lake has 5 inlets on it, and it might be 20 inches of ice, but if they drive to the river, that's a dangerous deal. So people need to explore like a common sense avenue, meaning they get to the lake edge, they heard from the bait shop it was fine, but they still need to apply their own sensibilities and really decide if it's best for them or not. So what you just said, and we just said, driving on ice is crazy. It kind of is all the time, because you never really know. Right now, there are lakes in the county that do have drivable ice, but it's also that ice where you really need to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
You don't want to overstress roadways. Plowed roads are, in my opinion, precarious, because they get too much travel right now, and big ice castles, big trucks driving up and down one little plowed road on one lake, too much will fracture that roadway.
Right.
Because of the ice thickness right now, and that's always something that can backfire or go bad. It's especially at this point, the ice, a lot of 1 foot ice in the county, and that's the kind of ice you don't want to overdo. And so what we do with our travel paths is we switch them and change them all the time. We don't overdrive the same ice too many times, just so we keep away from fracturing it.
Right. Yeah.
So does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no ice is safe ice, as they say. And I know of a couple of situations where people have followed other vehicle tracks out thinking it's safe and then gone through. And in one of those cases, it was a vehicle that actually put a wheel on an ice castle through and then backed out and went out. And somebody saw those tracks, thought it was okay, drove their wheeler out there, sunk their wheeler. So you have to, especially when we have conditions like we have this year, you have to be careful, and you have to drill some holes as you go, and just be very careful about it. Aside from that, from people that are getting out on safe ice, how's the fishing?
I think on the walleye side, it's difficult this year. I haven't seen a great spark anywhere. There's little flurries here and there, but the overall big picture of walleye has been pretty tough. Panfish are in good shape. That's a good bite right now all over the county, I think. And a lot of that's accessibility. You can get to them this year.
Sure.
So that's really it. In the wintertime, accessibility is almost always the primary factor in force and prohibitor and all that. Can you even get on the lake? And this year, people can get on the lake. If you have a four-wheeler, side-by-side, good pair of boots. I mean, walking right now is easy. So if you don't want to drive on a lake, you can walk out a mile easily right now. It's just, everything's easy.
Hear more at sportingjournalradio.com or wherever you get podcasts.
Looking for winter adventure? Might as well pick a place with over 1,000 lakes. Otter Tail County, Minnesota is in the middle of everywhere, offers a simpler pace, and has something for everyone. Find your inner otter at ottertaillakescountry.com.